Hey everybody, I'm Jammer. Smash has been out for a couple of weeks. It's not a secret. And everyone's had plenty of time to kind of settle into their mains, who their favorite characters are and stuff, and give really every character on the roster a chance. So it's so interesting what the newcomers bring to the table, how they change the meta of the game, what their movesets actually ended up being like, how they play. So I thought it'd be quite fun to go through all the newcomers and kind of rank them, put them in a little list, who's the best, who's the worst, rank them based on how good they are, how well their moveset best represents the character, and of course, the most important category, meme status. Here we might as well just go by fighter number, considering a lot of the echoes would be at the front so we can get them out of the way, and then we'll get into the juiciness. I know we talked about this before the game came out, but I'd love to know who you ended up maining. Is it one of these newcomers? Is it a returning veteran with a lot of new changes? Let me know that in the comments. Anyways, without further ado, let's get started. Let's start off with Dark Samus, the Echo Fighter of Samus, but maybe a little bit more edgy. Personally, this was one of my most hyped newcomers. I know, I'm a weirdo. Why would I get hyped for a stupid Echo of Samus? I've been campaigning for her to get in the game for years, so having her in the game, I was so excited. However, when I did play her, I mean, Samus's moveset has never really worked for me. I mean, it did in Melee maybe a little bit, but like in Brawl, absolutely no way. In Smash 4, no. And that's kind of what I should have expected going into it anyways, playing Dark Samus. Samus' moveset doesn't really suit my kind of playstyle anyways, so unfortunately for me, she doesn't resonate as much. However, if I was good at her playstyle, oh yeah, I'd main her. She takes floating to the next level. There's only a selection of characters in the game that float. We got Rosalina, Cloud, and the previous holder of the floating edgy title, Mewtwo. Now he's got to run for his money, because Dark Samus, you can't get more edgier than that. Just how she moves around the stage is just so satisfying. While I might not be good at her, the Samuses, they're not too bad in this game, actually. I mean, they're not the best, but they're not half decent. Also, her alt costumes are some of the best in the game. Like, she got some awesome reskins. All edgy, all dark, all edgy. Now, Daisy is the character nobody really wanted in the game. I'm kidding, no, there was actually no overwhelming support for this stupid character in the game. And everyone's been kind of talking about her getting her chance ever since, you know, Peach having a Daisy alt skin ever since Melee. So it was only a matter of time for her to kind of come over. Doesn't have much varying differences to Peach, so if you like playing Peach, you like playing Daisy, basically. And as we can tell so far, they have one of the better combo games in the entire game. Their moveset chains together so smoothly, their turn-ups work for so many different mix-ups and combos. It's great to see both princesses getting the starlight here. If it were up to me and I had to choose to play one of them, I probably would go with Peach. I'm sorry, Daisy fans, I am. There's nothing necessarily wrong with Daisy, but when it's just, I can't put my finger on it, but it's just like, when you play her, she's got this sort of quality to her. Now Kromm. Now Kromm. No one really saw what kind of impact he was going to have on the game. As a Roy clone, he's similar to how Lucina is, where instead of how Roy's sword power is particularly at the hilt of the sword, the rest of the sword has less damage. Kromm is evenly spread across his sword, meaning you don't have to sweet shot things as easily, making it so much easier to kind of combo and output tons of damage as this character. Kromm is probably one of the better Fire Emblem characters in this game, if not maybe the best. You like the Marth type playstyle? I mean, almost 4 characters have that now. Kromm's up B is also stupid, with the stupid super armor right before he does it. You can't... I'm over it. What? That definitely spiked. What the frick is that up B? What is that up B? And the final Echo Fighter is Ken. I have a confession. I'm bad at the Street Fighter characters. What's cool is actually Ken offers a lot of differences compared to Ryu. A lot of animation changes to better kind of represent his character with kicks rather than punches, multi-hit shoryukens and multi-hit helicopter kicks. For Street Fighter fans, this is a great inclusion, and it only made sense when they first announced Echo Fighters that he would be a likely inclusion. I guess I've never really taken the time to understand and learn their moveset. Honestly, you ask me what their forward tilt, side tilt, whatever tilt is, I don't know. On the whole, most characters in the game, I know and can expect what all of their moves are. It's just Ryu and kind of always just been, I guess I just need to put the time in. I think of all the Echo Fighters, he's one of the most that truly is representative of his series, giving his iconic moves and stuff from the Street Fighter series. But that's Echoes. Let's move on to real newcomers. Well, I mean, they're newcomers, but these are the real ones. Inkling, fan favorite, a cult favorite. Boy, everyone's obsessed with this stupid character. At first I didn't get it, but I'm starting to kind of get it. Some people are claiming Inkling is one of the best characters, if not the best character in the game. I personally think that he's maybe a little overrated when you say stuff like that. He does have so many strengths to him. I mean, amazing recovery. Damage output can be insane, especially when you're using the ink mechanics and whatnot. Although at the same time, if I had to say who's the best character in the game, I would struggle to actually come up with an option. I think it's just a collection of characters that are all really good. It's kind of too soon to say who's the best. There's no Meta Knight or Bayonetta situation here. But there's no discounting that Inkling is really, really good. And also very representative of the series, using the different weapons that are offered in the game, like the roller, paint bucket, the blaster, the splatter shot, the killer whale, but no charger. No charger. And they fit so well with the rest of the cast, a well-deserved spot. And I do have fun playing the Inkling. While I'm not the best yet, watch out, boys. I do have fun playing as them. Ridley. Ridley was one of the biggest deals for him to come into Smash Brothers. One of the first newcomers to be announced for the game. Inkling obviously being the one before that, but this was like the big, official big announcement because the Inkling was kind of just in the teaser. At E3, all eyes on Nintendo. And they come out showing, oh, by the way, every character in the game ever in series history is coming back. Cool, right? I know. I know. Oh yeah, and now Ridley's coming. One of, if not the #1 requested character in Smash Brothers history. And it is such a shame that people just write him off as a low mid-tier character and that's it. And it's a shame because they're kind of right. At the E3 demo, I loved playing him. His moveset worked, he was fast. He had minimal lag on most of his moves. And his down B was considered to be a totally broken move. As long as you could space your opponent enough, you could get like 50 damage out of one thing. And then when they took him to the final game, they gave him the good old Sakurai balancing act. It's a shame he got nerfed so much. He still does have some good moves, like his command grab is pretty awesome. He does have some good aerials, but just nothing links together. No really confirmed kills. He feels clunky too. Like you feel the weight of the character in not a good way, you know? It's so sad. He was one of the most requested, most hyped. Everyone was talking about him. Game's out, and now he's just kind of forgotten. So I feel for the dude. I'm still so happy that he made it into the Smash Brothers. It's just a shame that he's not good. So let's move on to the Belmont twins. Simon and Richter. Kind of combining them because they're basically C and P. The only difference is really their holy waters, one being fire tribute, one being aura tribute. These two did not play how I expected them to. I don't know, I didn't expect their kind of like them to have the weight to them, you know, their slower movement, you know, and more of a projectile spam based character. But if you really figure it out and you're using the projectiles right, you can be a powerful menace. As long as you don't fall off the stage, you're good. Your tether can only do so much, but your up B is over. Their moveset is honestly one of the best reflections of their original series, using so many of the iconic moves and items that they had available in their moveset. In addition to just how they walk with the little... And just their overall movement, it very much feels like you're playing a Castlevania game. Similar to how Mega Man feels when you're playing Smash Bros. You feel like you're playing a Mega Man game, but in Smash Brothers. And I think that is a really good achievement and be one of the best reflections of their original series. Time to talk about the big boy. King K. Rool! King K. Rool, one of the community's personal favorites. He has just everything in his moveset. He's got the super armor on almost every move. He's got two really good projectiles. He's got an up B that not only recovers from the deep depths of the stage, but also protects you from above from getting spiked. And most importantly, he's got the thickness, the big boy gut. King K. Rool, in my opinion, is the noob killer. If you're new at Smash, you don't really understand the mechanics much, you can get totally overwhelmed by King K. Rool. But if you kind of understand how the character is played, you can kind of figure out how to counter him. And even edge guarding, for example, you just gotta kind of hit him from the side, basically. He does have a lot of strength, this character. But there are ways to combat him, so he's not broken. But with a gut like that, shoot, you can't even compete. There's a reason he's the king. Isabelle. holds a dear, sweet place in my heart. I was so excited to have her in the game. And the same even went for Villager when he was first announced for the game. Having any sort of Animal Crossing representation in Smash as a playable character, I was so excited. It's too bad though that this is another similar case to Dark Samus where the moveset just doesn't work out for me. I wanted it to, but it's obviously very much based on Villager's moveset, but it has a lot of defining differences. I mean, the fishing rod really could have so many different and unique ways to use it, but it's really not backed up by the rest of her moveset. Because then she has like the kind of slingshot, projectile, spammy based moveset like Villager. While placing little mine gyros are pretty cool, they're really not as good as having an additional horizontal projectile to continue to space out with the character. So in the way, I'd almost even put her under Villager. She's one of the cutest Smash Bros. Characters in the entire game. But she is light as paper, baby. This hurts for me to say it, but I probably won't be maining her. Finally, Incineroar, the last newcomer to be announced for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. They made a big deal of how unique his moveset was and how it like plays so differently from the cast, and they're not wrong there. Like the wrestling-based moves are really iconic and totally different from the rest of the cast. But man, oh my gosh, when you're trying to run across the stage, it takes at least half the match just to get over there. If you try to approach your opponent, by the time you get to them, they've already not only gotten up from landing on the ground, but already inputted an attack command, and it's like, it's too late. It's too late for you. And don't even get me started on his side B. Because every time I try to do it, it's like... There are some interesting things with the character, like the revenge counter mechanic is yet another counter, but also a very different kind of counter. I've seen some insane plays with it where all of a sudden it's just like you do 70 damage with a throw. But once you're off stage, sorry Incineroar, all you're gonna keep doing is... His playstyle doesn't really resonate with me very well. I mean, his recovery is just... What recovery? Okay, now for the moment you've all been waiting for. The rankings. Starting at the bottom, probably gonna have to put our boy Incineroar. I'm sorry, it's just, I'm sorry. And while it saddens me to even admit this, I'll put Isabelle right above him. Unfortunately, she's kind of up right above him. I'll probably put Dark Samus next, right after Isabelle. She's good, but she could be better, I guess. I think overall in the roster, she's not bad, but I think of the newcomers, she's probably on the lower side of things. Ridley, actually, I hate to do this to you, man. Okay, I'll at least do that. You know what? While it might not make sense, I at least gotta throw my boy a bone there. Let's grab our Belmont boys, put them up here in the A tier, because they're both pretty good. Actually, I think Richter's better than Simon. Oh, Ken. I would probably put him... No, I'd maybe put Dark Samus above him. Ken's pretty good, but I think Dark Samus does have some really good options as well. I don't know, they're kind of tricky. They're both very, like, high, mid-tier-ish characters, you know? Okay, who do we have left? Who am I missing? I'm, like, looking at this page, trying to find people. Daisy. Daisy will probably go A tier. Not because of her popularity, that's for sure. But because she inherits some of the best qualities from Peach, so she's pretty good. I'll probably put Kromm right above that because he's great. He's just great. One of the best dads in all of Smash Bros. No question. Alright, finally time for the highest tier. The highest tier, the toppest tier characters. We got King K. Rool, the big boy, the girth boy. And of course, right next to him is Inkling. Ooh. I don't know. These two, I don't even know who's better. They're so tied. I mean, they're obviously on the same tier of being some of the, not only the most popular, most loved newcomers, but also they're pretty good. Some of the Woomy and girth bomb bod memes you can get out of these characters, they're great. Now, the context of this tier list, it's not comparing against the rest of the cast. I'm not saying King K. Rool and Inkling are the two of the best characters in the game. You know what I mean? Like, the context of this tier list is how they rank against the rest of the newcomers, how popular these newcomers are, and like how much people play them and stuff. And of course, the most important category, like I previously mentioned, meme status. Speaking of which, this tier list is nowhere near complete because I didn't actually put the best character on here. But let's be real, of all the newcomers, we all know which one's gonna be God tier. Piranha Plant Gang, baby! Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know in the comments, how do you rank the newcomers? Who are some of your favorites? Who do you think are the worst? Definitely put that in the comments below. Be sure to give this video a big awesome like, and if you haven't already, definitely subscribe for tons more on Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. There's also the JammerProHD merchandise store, lots of cool new Ultimate designs, lots of new different kind of shirts, hoodies, long sleeves, different colors. All check that out, link in the description. And be sure to join the JammerProHD Discord. Great place to find friends to play Nintendo Switch games with, like Super Smash Bros. And other stuff like that. We're supposed to be due for a Nintendo Direct very soon, maybe within the week, but no word yet, as far as I know currently. But once that's up, look forward to that, and me, and about that. Thanks again guys so much for watching, I'll catch you in the next one. See ya!